Okay, let's continue this. We stopped the video briefly, but that's okay. So this is where I got so far. It doesn't look exactly like my mom because drawing it upside down is pretty hard. And I can check that I did the chin a little bit like I was not supposed to. So I'm gonna just go show this part. I'm planning to do the lips a solid red. Um, and I would love if I could do a darker color as far as like a brown, but Roy Lichtenstein uses only red, yellow, and blue. So I'm gonna go the red route. And how we would do the dots, remember, it's not random polka dots. It's like making dots in a section that looks sort of like a line, and they should be evenly spaced out the same size. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and show you how that looks. Okay, so I am gonna go ahead, start with the chin, and I'm doing a marker because it just would make it easier than using a color pencil, although I can use a color pencil. So I'm making rows. Do you see that? Rows of red dots. And it is of your mom, so make sure that you celebrate the things that make your mom unique. It could be her long braids, it could be her hair up, if that's what she likes. Maybe her favorite earrings, her favorite necklace, her favorite shirt. So you want to make sure that you're adding that. Like I'm adding flowers because my mom, she did wear a lot of sweaters and skirts, but she also, when she was at home, she loved wearing these house coats, which were like all full of flowers. And so that's how I remember her mostly. And so I am making sure that I am celebrating my mom by doing things that that remind me of my mom. I'm going here with a solid color red. And I'm going to color it red, and then I'll outline it with black, or maybe a black color pencil so that it doesn't bleed the color into each other. And I'm just going again, it's a row. It is not random dots. We are not doing this. No, it's evenly spaced out. The idea is that it creates a color. So I'm continuing that. Now we are allowed to, I mentioned before we got cut off, we're allowed to use black. So if I wanted to color her hair black, I can do that. I don't have to use the primary colors. Black is one of the colors that is in fact allowed. So what I was thinking of doing, because my mom had obviously gray hair, but when she was young, she had solid black hair. And black hair has a tendency of sometimes being like sort of that blue black. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just skip ahead and just do this part so you can see where I'm going. I'm gonna add some lines of blue, right? Some lines of blue, because I wanna give the impression, definitely using the Roy Lichtenstein style. And if we were to look at a photo of Wonder Woman or Superman, we might notice that there is some blue in his hair, right? It's like a blue black. It's not just regular black, it's a blue black, because basically their hair was so black that it looks sort of blue. And over here, because the ears are showing, you want to use the same color as the skin, which are the red dots. You want to make sure that you're also including dots. If you choose to do yellow dots or blue dots, you can. And I think this is coming out. It's a little weird, I'm not going to lie, to see the face full of dots. It is a little strange to see it, but it is what Roy Lichtenstein uses. So I'm still just going for it. Our moms have different sized noses, so you don't have to do the nose like my mom. My mom has a little bit wide nose, which I think is adorable. And so make sure that you're trying to make it look as close to your mom as possible. Again, celebrating the different things that make your mom unique. And I'm just going to continue that. Now, the eyes, I am going to make it a solid black. So let me just go ahead and do that. I'm leaving like a little bit of a shine on the eyes, bottom. I'm going to put some eyelashes on her. Eyebrows. It's a little bit more like how my mom did when she was younger, because like towards the end, she had a lot of gray hair. So when I'm coloring that black, you see how I'm coloring around the blue. So you're not going to notice the blue that much unless you look like at close up, but you will definitely be able to see it. Okay, so I'm gonna go now down just because I want to show you different parts of the actual project. I want to incorporate some yellow. So what I will do is I will make some yellow flowers, and let me just go ahead and do that. Actually, you know what? No, scratch that. I'm going to make blue flowers, and I'm going to make the background yellow. So I'm going to use dot art for the flowers, the petals, right? So you can do that also. You can use a combination. Maybe I could do two different kinds of flowers. Maybe I think I'm going to go with yellow as the background because I haven't used a lot of yellow, and I want to use some of that. I want to make sure that I'm really using all three colors, and that it notices, you know, you can notice that clearly Miss Lena is using the primary colors. It's a little trickier to make the dots so neat on the petals, but it is possible. And if I were going to go and show you the solid background, you just make sure that you're coloring around it. See, so that way we have the primary colors, and I could even make that little part in the center, I can make that red, so it will just be clearly the primary colors there. And I should definitely draw some more flowers before I continue with the background. I'm still continuing the dots. The dots do go on the neck because that is part of the skin. Now, if you have your mom wearing a scarf, then obviously you won't need the dots. Okay, I hope you can see where I'm going so far. So if I were to look close up, obviously she looks like she might have the chicken pox. But if you're going further away, it looks like skin, right? My mom was a tan woman just like me. And so again, I would have liked for this to have been a little darker, but again, paying homage to and doing the Roy Lichtenstein style means that I'm limited to the colors. So that's okay. And I'm gonna do some on the eyelids because my mom didn't wear makeup. Had she worn makeup, I could maybe do the blue eyeshadow. I'm more of a blue eyeshadow type of person or blue eyeliner person, but my mom kept it pretty simple. So I'm going to make sure that when I do those dots, I am in fact doing it also on her eyelids because it is part of her skin, right? So you wanna just make sure that all of the skin is with the dots and hopefully as evenly spaced out as possible, making rows. I'm almost done. Now, I want to just jump forward just because I want to make sure we have the time. I'm going to use a thinner marker for the lips to make outline of her lips because everything should be outlined in black. It's not working, so I will use a pencil for now, then outline it with a black one. There's because we want to see those lines. And maybe I'll get the marker and just do it as neatly as possible using more of the tip. There we go. See? And again, continuing those red dots. So it looks like I have a lot of empty space here, so I'm gonna just do a few more dots here by the eyebrows, underneath the eyebrows, so it looks evenly spaced out. Continuing. When you do this, you'll be able to take your time, so it'll probably be much neater than mine and more evenly spaced out because you have the time to do that. I'm going to go ahead and color her hair black over here. So that will actually cover those dots, but that's okay. And going again here. Like it's running out pretty quickly. You can use a color pencil if you don't want to waste your color markers. It would just end up taking a little bit longer, but that's, again, no problem for it to take longer. But if you start with the markers and continue with the marker, because you want to be consistent in your work. I'm going to outline those parts in blue a little bit more. And it's going to be overlapping some of the black, but that's okay. That'll just look, because I want to make sure I don't really have that white in that section. And okay, so that's it for now. You can see that I did a portrait of my mom. She looks definitely younger. You could add more lines if you want her to look older. And I would be coloring this a solid yellow. Anyway, I hope that helps. You don't have to finish today, but definitely get started. Have a good one. Bye.